MCQs related
Ma'am,
to chapter The Snake
MCQs.
and the Mirror.
Yes. So we were doing MCQ of Snake and Mirror. 15 questions you have already done. Today we will continue. First of all, you all will solve MCQ of Snake and Mirror. 15 questions were remaining. And thereafter, we will move to the next poem of our book. That is The Legend of Northland. Okay, so be ready. Are you sitting with your textbook? No need to sit with your textbook because this is a kind of surprise test. But sit with your pen and paper. Okay, so all of you are sitting with pen and paper.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So take it seriously, my dear children, because most of the exams will be based on MCQs because we have no choice left. Even CBSE is planning to have exams based on MCQs. So be prepared. Okay. And no one will do anything. You will not speak unless I will ask you to do. Simply solve the answers. And 15 minutes for 15 or less than 15 minutes, I will provide you for 15 MCQs. Thereafter, we will discuss answers. And finally, I will give you an introduction about the next poem, The Legend of Northland. Okay. So here are the questions. Mute yourself. This is the question number 16.
Sorry.
Mute yourself, beta. Good. My students are very disciplined. They are nice, good children. Okay. So, question number 16. What was the regular traffic referred to? The sound of vehicles, too many people coming and going, traffic of rats roaming here and there, none.
मैम क्या करना है?
What? Arey, who is this boy? For the very first time, you have come to the class. Prakhar,
Yes, ma'am.
don't ask silly questions. What
Sorry,
did you ask?
Nandal.
क्या करना है?
Sorry.
Why are you asking such silly questions? I gave you MCQs to solve it. I told you that most of the exams will be based on MCQs nowadays. So after each and every chapter, we will be solving some MCQs, and thereafter we will be moving to next chapter. Finished? Did you finish your work?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
yes, ma'am.
Okay, okay, okay. Very good, very good. Rakha,
Yes, ma'am.
you also? Now you know what you have to do?
Yes, ma'am.
Very good. Now let us see the answers. Okay, check your answers and award yourself marks. What was the regular traffic referred to?
Option C, traffic of
Option
rats
C,
roaming here
traffic
and
of
there.
rats roaming
C.
here and
Roaming here
there.
and there.
Very good, very good. That means you all were listening carefully when I was explaining you the chapter. Traffic of rats roaming here and there. What was the doctor's room filled with?
Option C, rats.
Option
Option
C,
C,
rats.
rats.
Clear. Option C, rats. Very good. How many times did the doctor hear the sound of rats?
Option C, thrice. Option C.
Hmm. Some of you are not knowing. 3 times. First when he entered, and then twice
Option
again when he
C.
says, yes, when he said that. Very good. Thrice, 3 times. What are the two most important things in the story? Now, this is again a question.
Option
Snake
D,
and the
snake
mirror.
and the doctor.
Option D, a
Yes,
homeopath.
yes. Although
Option D.
the chapter, the title refers snake and the mirror, but that is not the correct answer. The correct answer is that snake and the
Option D, snake
doctor.
and the doctor.
Yes, very good. Because they are the two most important things in the story. Fine? Very good, children. Who told this story to the writer?
Option D, a
A
homeopath doctor.
homeopath doctor.
Option D, a
Very good.
homeopath doctor.
Option D.
Very good. Clear. This answer was clear. What were the doctor's possessions?
Option D, all of these.
Option D,
Very
all of
good.
these.
Option
Very
D.
good. He had 60 rupees, few shirts, some dhotis, and obviously a black coat, except the dirty vest. Everything was stolen. Okay, so all of these. Very good. Why did the doctor decide to always smile? This is a
Option C,
repeated
to
question.
look more
Option
handsome.
D. To look more handsome.
Very good. Why did the doctor want to marry a fat woman?
Option A. To save
A,
himself
to save
if
himself
try
if
to.
she tried to chase him.
Ah, so how many boys are planning to marry a fat woman that even if you will commit any mistake, then she will not be able to chase you? No one. Prakhar,
No, ma'am.
Tathagat, Aditya Ranjan, Anshul, no one. Okay, so you're not planning to get married. It's a very silly question at this stage of your life. Anyway, what words did the doctor think of writing in his imagination?
Oh God. Option D.
God.
Oh God, oh
Oh
God,
God.
very good. Oh God, help us. Where did the doctor think of writing?
C.
Oh God,
C.
now this
Option
is
C,
Outside his heart.
Option C.
Option C.
Outside his heart.
Yes. He thought that if he will mumble the words, mutter the words, then maybe the snake will distracted and he will bite him. He will be scared. So outside his heart, without muttering a single word. Why did the doctor smile at himself?
Option C, for his
Option C. For
Smart
his
looks.
helplessness
Option B.
and foolishness.
Yes, for his helplessness and foolishness. Helplessness. Very good. What did the doctor realize?
he was a poor man.
He was a poor
Option
man
D. He
and
was
had
a
nothing
poor
to
man
boast.
and had nothing to boast
See,
of.
To boast of.
Very good. So previously what he was thinking, that he is the most handsome doctor, eligible bachelor, but later on, after that interaction, okay, he started thinking in a different manner. How was the
A.
doctor's life saved?
Because of the
A.
mirror.
Option A,
Because
because
of
of
the
the
mirror.
mirror.
Of the
Yes.
mirror.
Thank God there was mirror, and thank God the snake was self-obsessed. Okay, so he too was lost in his own beauty, and in this manner, instead of biting the person or the doctor, he decided to look himself, okay, into the mirror. Why did the doctor call himself foolish and poor?
Option A.
Inability
Option
to
A,
think of
his
any
His
solution for the
inability
inability
to
to
trouble he
think
was
of any
caught in.
solution
Okay,
for the
For the
for the
trouble he
trouble
trouble
was.
he was caught in.
okay.
He was caught in.
So, what was the change in doctor's thought?
From a valuable man
From
to a
a
helpless
From
foolish
a
man.
valuable man to a helpless, foolish man.
Very good. From a valuable man to a helpless, foolish man. Now, see, children, very easily you answered all the questions, and I don't think that you made any mistake. Is it really? I think most of you have got 15 out of 15. Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
But
Yes,
now
ma'am.
Yes,
what will
ma'am.
happen? Yes, very good. Since you all were listening the chapter recently, I explained it to you. That's why the memory was fresh in your mind. But what will happen in half yearly or any examination or periodic, that we are going to select few questions and difficult questions also from each and every chapter, which will create confusion in your mind, and then you will lose your marks. For example, if you will tell me which question you will select from this chapter, then I will select, question number, I'm telling you. Yes. I will select this question. Let me come to this. How many times did the doctor hear the sound of rats? Because this is very confusing question, and you will messed up. You will really get confused. But I don't want you to lose the marks, so be careful, okay? Because I'm not going to ask you straightforward question. Exam means exam. Yeah, some questions will be easy. Like this is also, what kind of thoughts did the doctor have when he looked into the mirror? Okay. Because if you don't know the meaning of reflective, thoughtful, notorious, you will get confused. Okay. Then this question also. Why does the doctor want to keep a mustache? Again, it will create a confusion in your mind. So generally during examination, this is the level of question where you can easily get confused. Fine, straightforward. So be careful whenever we are, after reading a chapter, go through it at least twice, thrice, so that there will be no confusion left in your mind. Clear? Clear, children?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So now I have decided once I will be completing the entire syllabus for the half yearly. Once again, we will restart revision from the very first chapter. And most of the time through MCQs, we will do the revision. In this manner, what will happen? Because MCQ covers the entire chapter. And when you will start solving MCQs, then you will actually realize that you need revision, proper revision. You won't have to go thoroughly to each and every chapter. Okay, so that we are going to do. Now I'm going to explain you the next poem, okay, which is again a very interesting poem, The Legend of Northland. Now, we all have heard stories like, if you remember that story just now, which I explained you, which story I'm talking about? Who will tell me from your book Moments, which is Moments.
The Kingdom
I'm
of
the
Fools.
foolish king.
In the kingdom
Yes,
of fools.
The Kingdom of Fools. Yes. So Kingdom of Fools was actually a local story which is being narrated in all their regions and areas. And what do they do in order to bring, connectivity to that story? What do they do? Any storyteller or a writer, he used to put names of that particular area or region. So that's why you would have seen that no particular name was referred in the story, because it was a translation version and it was in English. Similarly, the Legend of Northland. This is also a kind of story, but written in the form of poem. Now you all will be get surprised how it is. Sometimes stories are written in the form of poem. That is also known as ballad. Ballad, Nritya Natika, where the entire story is being sung and then it is being presented on a stage through dance drama. Dance drama suna hai, Nritya Natika? You would have seen that how the entire, even Mahabharata stories, Ramayana stories, many epic, mythological stories are also being presented in the form of dance drama. So that is, this poem is also written in the story is written in the form of poem. Now, this is also a local story, which is being narrated in most of the areas. And what do? They simply put the names, change the names accordingly in order to bring affinity with that story so that you will feel related. Then they change the names, but the main story remained the same. There is no change in the story. Okay, so this is a poem which you are again going to enjoy thoroughly. And one more important thing, that this story also carries a strong message. Yes, my dear children, this story has a strong message that I will explain you while I will explain you the entire poem. But the very first question is, what comes to your mind, or do you know the meaning of the word legend? Okay, I will share the screen now. Give me 1 minute. So I asked you one question, that what do you mean by legend? So one explanation is very simple. Most of you know about it. That legend is referred to an old story, okay, that may or may not be true. Maybe such stories which was told by the people and being carried from one generation to another generation. Okay, that is the expression. But legend means legend person. Virat Kohli is a legend. Okay,
Professional in
Michael
anything.
Jackson. Yes, yes. So if you refer to someone as legend, you mean that they are very famous and admired by a lot of people. So that is also one explanation of legend. Okay, so we are going to read this poem, A Legend of Northland. Northland. What is a Northland? Who will tell me? Northland. Hmm?
A place.
Yeah, so that's okay. A place, very cold place, excessive. No, Northland. Children, say something, do participate in the class whenever you are saying. As I told you, it is a ballad. This poem narrates the legend of an old lady who angered Saint Peter because of her creed. So one thing is clear to you, that this poem is written in a story form. Obviously, this poem is carrying a story, because, as I told you, this is a ballad. At the end of the poem, you will find out it is written over here, ballad. See, a ballad is a song narrating a story in short stanzas. Look here. Ballads are a part of folk culture or popular culture and are passed on orally from one generation to the next. A Legend of the Northland is a ballad. So ballad is basically, it is a poem narrating a story in short stanza. Okay, so you got it? Story. So this is not a poem written, it is written in the form of a poem, but my dear children, this poem is carrying what you know? This poem is carrying a narration, a story. Okay. So ballad is such kind of poem that tells a story in short stanzas. And in this poem, there are a lot of stanza which is all carrying 4 lines. In totality, we have 16 stanza, and this entire stanza is actually telling a story. Okay. It is also referred that it is part of our folk culture, lok katha, किंवदंती, क्या शायद हिंदी में ही बोलते हैं, and they are passed from one generation to other generation, most of the time orally, verbally. Okay, they don't write. नानी को उनकी नानी ने सुनाया, और फिर आपको आपकी नानी ने सुनाया, कल को फिर you will pass it on. So, and you know what do? They write down, they use their own ideas. थोड़ा थोड़ा story twist भी होता है, characters also get twisted, but the base story remains the same. Now Northland area, listen about it. The area which is very close to North Pole. This exact place is not obviously specified, but Northland means the area in the northernmost part of the earth, near the North Pole. So basically, what is
It
the
is the
climatic
northernmost part of
condition
New
of?
Zealand.
Yes, yes, it is northernmost part of New Zealand. And you know what, obviously, when you know about it, then you can also guess and imagine the climatic, the weather. What kind of weather is there? So most of the time it is excessive cold weather. Okay, and snowfall is very common. You can see It is, you can take out in the picture also. North, northern, the duration of the day is less because the position is such that the sun rays reach for a very little time. And most of the time, this place experience winter season. Obviously, the duration of night is very long and the daytime hours are very less. So that you will see in this poem. It is all about the, that place. And since it's a historical story, which is being passed from one generation, so it is also carrying a message, a strong message this poem is carrying. What is the message? That greed is not good. Okay, greed is not good for us. This, you should always help those who are in great need, and specifically people. I'm not saying that only you specify that you will help saintly person, because here what happened, the lady refuses to help or to feed Saint Peter, who is an epitome of greatness. Okay, and she did not help him, she did not offer him food. But this is a strong message that you should help anyone, whoever is there needy. You should leave your greed and try to help the person who actually require help. Okay, so this is the basic story of this, and this is a common thing. Message is also lying here that you should always try to help those people. Otherwise, what will happen? Then you will never be able to get God's blessing. I don't say that God will punish you, but you should do your karma, your duty. If you will do your duty nicely, definitely, my dear children, God will bless you. But if you will not do your duty nicely, then I don't know. Maybe he will punish you. Or actually, God never punishes us. It is our own karma. है ना? भगवान हमेशा punish नहीं करते हैं. We get punishment due to our own doings. Okay, so this is also a message. And while narrating these type of stories by your grannies and nannies and dadis, what do they want to ensure? They wanted to ensure that their children must learn something very great. Otherwise they will not be able to ग्रो एज अ नाइस ह्यूमन बीइंग. इसीलिए जब भी आपके जो पेरेंट्स हैं या आपकी ग्रैनीज हैं, दे ऑलवेज टेल यू नाइस स्टोरीज. सो दिस पोएम यू आर गोइंग टू जेन्युइनली एंजॉय. So since we have very little time left, so I will not start the poem today. आज मैं सिर्फ इतना करूंगी कि so just go through the entire poem, because the poem is written in such a simple manner, sweet manner, that you will be able to understand easily its lines. But when we will meet next class, I will explain you line by line what was the meanings. Okay, everything I will explain you nicely. But for now, I want all of you to get a little bit of idea of this poem. So go through it. I will read it for you and you listen carefully. Away, away in the Northland, where the hours of the day are few and the nights are so long in winter that they cannot sleep them through. I want Shivangi to read this poem. Shivangi, are you there?
Yes, ma'am.
Better read this poem. You read this poem. And rest of you will not leave the class.
Away in the Northland. Away, away in the Northland, where the hours of the day are few and the nights are so long in winter that they cannot sleep them through, where they harness the swift reindeer to the sledges when it snows, and the children look like bears' cubs in their funny, furry clothes. They tell them a curious story. I don't believe this true, and yet you may learn a lesson if I tell the tale to you. Once, when the good Saint Peter lived in the world below and walked about it, preaching just as he did, he came to the door of a cottage in traveling round the earth where a little woman was making cakes and baking them on the hearth. And being faint with the fasting, for the day was almost done, he asked her from her store of cakes to give him a single one.
Okay, thank you, Shivangi. Tanushri, Tanushri. Now I want you to read some of the lines. Tanushri Verma, are you there? Am I audible to her? I think she is in the class. I saw her.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, yeah, Tanushri, now you read the lines. So she
Ma'am,
made a
from
very little cake. No,
where?
not from the beginning. Not from the beginning, from here. So she made a very little cake. Next page.
So she made a very little cake, but as it baking lay, she looked at it and thought it seemed too large to give away. Therefore, she needed another and still a smaller one. But it looked when she turned it over as large as the first had done. Then she took a tiny scape of dough and rolled it flat and baked it thin as a wafer. But she couldn't part with that. For she said, my cakes that seem too small when I eat of them myself are yet too large to give away. So she put them on the shelf. Then good Saint Peter grew angry, for he was hungry and faint. And surely such a woman was enough to provoke a saint. And he said, you are far too selfish to dwell in a human form, to have both food and shelter and fire to keep you warm. Now you shall build as the birds do, and shall get your sandy food by boring all day in the hard, dry wood. Then up she went through the chimney, never speaking a word, and out of the top flew a woodpecker, for she was changed to a bird. She had a scarlet